compartmentalize it and then point blame at one section. It's like everybody. If an event fails, it's like it's everybody's thing. It's not just the fucking artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's not just this. Or not just that. Maybe the fucking party or the event or the music or the idea of it just isn't fucking cool. You know what I mean? Maybe people just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Or maybe fucking Darius Rucker was playing at the Virginia Beach Amphitheater. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of times where there's some like, oh yeah, we've got this, that, and other, and it's like, well, did you see that fucking Shania Twain was playing tonight at the amphitheater? You know, everyone's gonna be there.
I was gonna say, in this town, you especially feel that. Like if
that
there's
is big, yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's a big band coming in,
sure.
Like you feel it at your bar and restaurant. Like it doesn't matter if you
it's like the wind gets sucked out of the
busy
area.
as hell always,
because you know they're gonna filter
what's going
back
on tonight.
At least, I mean, the ocean front. Because when you're out that way too, there's not much around there. There's a couple, grab a couple beers somewhere, but you're gonna more than likely get in an Uber, hopefully, and drive back to the ocean front and just be like, boom, like let's go see Chris, let's go.
And that's the other thing too. It's like when we do have those big concerts that are down here, when somebody has to drive 15 or ride 15 minutes away to the amphitheater or to Norfolk or wherever the fuck, and then they come back to their home base, like the place that they feel is the most the most worthy of their time for the night. You know, like whether it be like I don't know, fucking Calypso or like fuck back in the day. Like there's so many different places around here. Every place has had their like heyday, you know what I mean? Waterman's had their heyday, you know what I mean? And people are like, let's go there. And it's a singular thought throughout the whole crowd, and it's like, we're all gonna go there. And it goes from being, it goes from being fucking dead as fuck to like, oh shit, like battle of the fucking, and it used to happen to us at the Shack like all the time.
Oh god,
you know what I mean? It'd be like fucking 9:30, 10, nothing, 10:30.
It would be like
11,
Walk
12.
of the Dead. You'd see like 800 people just kind of like drunkily hobbling over, and you're like, okay.
I mean, that's typically when I would get. I mean, this probably happened every week, but when I say 10 o'clock, I mean I'm really just getting started. Like I'm just warming it up. So when you come in there, people come in there. Oh, dude, it's 10:05, 10:15.
You dropping the bangers, bro?
Where's everybody at, bro?
Yeah, where the bitches at?
What? Like, dude, this place is dead. I'm like, it's fucking...
Shut the fuck up, like, Chad. Sit down.
Go,
have
I
yourself
understand. You've been drinking for what, like 3 or 4 hours, whatever it is.
Fine.
Like, but like, dude, we're in this for a marathon. Like, I'm going to 2 a.m.
Right.
Like, go make some rounds. Go have a seat.
Just relax.
Just chill.
It's a marathon,
and then come back at like 11:30 and then
be dope.
Ask the same question.
Yeah. You won't. No, you won't.
You won't.
You know, because that person will be the motherfucker right in front of your DJ booth going, yeah, dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a thing. I've seen it. I mean, like even Crocs, back when you had the residency of Crocs.
Yeah.
And fuck, dude, Crocs with 80G at the time and
$1.50 Coronas.
And Cheap Thrills.
Oh, God.
And Cheap Thrills. Those fucking nights.
Oh, I know.
That was like, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like,
and then the two of us, too. Like, we would do...
Yeah.
We would go back and forth.
Back and
on
forth.
the same night.
You know what I mean? It would be like, you'd kick it off. Or
Yeah.
they'd kick it off, right? And then you'd come in, right? And do like the intermission, you know what I mean? And they'd take a break and then... Oh my God! What the fuck? Like, but how cool? Because I think before that there were never really. I remember when I was at ODU, Dex, DJ Dex, Alan Decker had played with DJ, the drummer, there, and did a like live drummer during a DJ gig. And it was big, dude, because no one around had done anything like that. Which is the same thing when we had a fucking full band, you know what I mean? And then a DJ, it was like the energy never left. You know what I mean? Like the space, like sometimes bands take breaks and it's just like, okay, now they're playing like, if you like pina coladas, and it's
background
like,
music.
Yeah, dude, it's like,
filler noise.
That's fucking weird, But, shout out to EJ and Steve and Chris and all those guys too, because those guys were that was like
they're all talented dudes,
fucking talented. That whole family, Steve too, Steve Bolt. I know you never played with him, but
going back what you were saying, just about like management and ownership, like knowing who you're booking, knowing what to expect. Right. So I mean, I understand they're wearing a lot of hats in what they do too. But there's been multiple occasions where like that dude brings a crowd or like that band brings a crowd. Cool, we want them here, and then. Why is he playing this music? Like, why? I'm like, well, that's what
I do.
That's what he plays.
Right, that's what he does.
Oh, but this is a country bar. I'm like,
why the fuck did you book me?
Why'd you book me?
There was a we don't have to say names and shit, but there was a situation a couple years ago, like this might have been like 5 years ago or so, at a spot, and I think there was management at the time that like walked up on you, and it was like, and they said some like really like negative kind of like racist shit, like about the music that you were playing, and you had like a really big issue with it.
Yeah, no, I never took that stuff lightly. You know. And I was thinking about that too, the other day, like, just thinking about talking on here, and like, I didn't want to bring that up, but I mean, there's definitely, there's things that like happened in the past, was like some owners and some management just feel like they can literally talk to you, like, and say whatever they want to say to you. Like, one, you're not a person, one, you don't have a voice, you're not going to, or you maybe like share the same values as them. But like, in this one instance that you're talking about, I was appalled, man. I was definitely appalled. And it was under like all the wrong like contents, like or context and circumstance. And he just misinterpreted it, and he just obviously he just wasn't up on pop music.
Yeah,
he was just stuck in his ways. Like, things I was playing was literally off the radio. And he said some things that had nothing to do with me or the music, and he just totally wanted to be out of line. And, I unplugged and was the bigger person and just got the fuck out of there. And
there you go.
Like,
good for you.
Done that a few times, to be honest, man. And I think that that rings a greater note than
Make it to the.
Just making it a big
and
thing.
To your credit too, I mean, I mentioned earlier that you play the crowd. I mean, you vary up your style depending on where you are. And
I'm into a lot of things, for sure, yeah.
But, I mean, like, so I saw you, the first time I saw you was Sunday morning at the Shack, where you played great music, but it was a little more low-key, because it's daytime.
Because it had to be.
It had to be. Next time I saw you, it was Friday night. I was like, okay, this is still bringing it. But that's when we had sound ordinances, because we were at the Shack, so people would complain about the level of volume or whatnot.
Dude, fuck.
And then I remember Mercedes that
night. Did they
night.
buy that building yet? Like, I thought they were going to
swear.
buy
It's like,
it.
don't live at the beach if you want it to be silent. Like,
No,
sorry.
that was the thought, though.
You guys are having fun over there.
That was the
God.
thought. I actually had that. I had that guy come in to my bar like Thanksgiving. No shit, and he
told you to turn down the volume.
No. So he like, because we're only a fucking block down from where he lives. Still in the same space, and he walks in. I immediately noticed him because I'm like, okay, this was the fucking guy that complained all the time about the fucking music. Anytime on a fucking Sunday, I can feel the bass in my. He was just so out of place, But I get it, because that was like that year. That was like a whole new thing.
Yeah,
he'd been living there, bought that space years ago, know, and all of a sudden, like, now you got this place that's generating like thousands of people a fucking night, hundreds of thousands of people a night that are like drunk and loud. When you put fucking 800 people in a fucking open air space, it's loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of things that kind of like try to counteract that, like the whole thing of like letting people like doing last call at once. We weren't like the last space, and like having security like kind of shuffle people down the fucking street and shit, so they didn't stand outside and just kind of just sit out and loiter and piss on bushes. Just dumb shit,
Yeah.
But I remember dealing with him very often. I remember one day my boss was just like, I'm just going to buy his building.
And he can too.
I'm sure he was like the only one living in that building too in the off season. Yeah. And dude, take advantage of it. Like, invite some guests over.
Yeah, it's like, you're welcome.
Like, that's in your
free
That
show.
is your backyard.
Well, so my point of it is that, so he comes in a couple weeks ago and he's like, I can see him kind of like, it's like him, his wife, his daughter's like boyfriend. I don't know. They were like a little family. They're sitting at the bar, right? And I'm serving him, and I notice him, but I don't want to let him know that I notice him, that I remember him. But I'm just like, okay, because I've been out of the game down here for about like a year and shit. So I'm like, maybe I just look a little bit different, whatever, Of course, don't. Of course I don't. Like, not
I'm still
at
black
all.
and beautiful.
I'm just, I'm a black bartender, Virginia Beach. Just go and say that, And when he like looks up, probably like halfway through their meal, and they probably run up like a $200 tab. So they've been drinking, they've been eating, and he's like, "Do I know you? Don't I know you from somewhere?" And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I used to work at Waterman's. Used to work at, I've been down here, Hampton Roads, this, that, and other, trying to kind of like vibe away from it, like, because me
Dance
and him,
around the issue.
yeah, well, like just kind of direct him away from it because like me and his last like interaction or his last whatever our last interaction, was not too like cool, you know what I mean? Like I had to be very professional, but he was being a real asshole, so. So I like walk away and his wife's like, yeah. Where do we know you from? And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, well, I used to work at the Shack. Yeah, you did. That's it. And they were just waiting for it. Yeah. So I was like, yeah. Oh, that's right. Good to see you guys. But they were cool about it. You know what I mean? Like, I think, a year of time in between had kind of given them an opportunity to kind of like just kind of come to grips of it, and they're cool now, But and they were like, "Oh my god, it's been so great! Like this place looks awesome. You guys are doing a great thing." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Thank you so much. You caused me so much stress and anguish back in the day with the things that I had to do. You fucking dick." That's what I wanted to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you did, shout out to Dylan too, because what I should have said was "Go fuck yourself," but I didn't. I was just like, "No, it's cool, man. We appreciate it." So now that we've talked a lot about your DJ, so you love music.
Yeah.
You like I'd imagine just like anybody else, but the monotony of doing the same thing repetitively probably like, does it drain you?
Yeah, I mean, so it's Virginia Beach. I mean, it's Virginia Beach, obviously. Like, there hasn't been too much developments, new venues, new bars, anything really that new since I started, besides the Shack. I'm trying to think of what else.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, pretty much like
Elevation 27. That's cool.
So like,
you
you got to think like 10 years, 9 years
playing the same shit.
The same shit.
52 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, I mean, all
500
the holidays,
gigs, most likely.
Yeah.
Plus 500 plus gigs.
And so it definitely plays a toll. Because then one thing like I would always do though is like I never just settled for like a playlist. Like I'm always kind of switching it up. I'm keeping it fresh for me. I'm keeping it fresh for everybody else. But yeah, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes the same people at every single one too, which is great. And then sometimes I was like, go home.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a thing. I get it.
No. But not in a bad way. Like,
it's just like, but babe, you need some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to lay down.
Just, yeah.
Like fucking drink some water.
Like you heard the set last night. And then you might actually, well, not really, but anyways.
Or whether they remembered it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
So
this song sounds really familiar. Anyway, but you know what I mean?
Like going back to you saying like all the styles are different. Like, there's not a lot of places to play during the day. Like I love day parties. Like, there's this party out in LA I used to follow called Day Off. And it was Monday morning or Sunday morning, like feel good sunny jams.
Oh, right on.
And I loved it. And it was just like, everybody's just, I think it started like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. and just playing like all these like B-side records and just like jazz and all these like funky feel good stuff. Like just things you just can't play during the night on a weekend. And so like I was into that and I wanted to bring something like that here. And I think me and a couple other DJs, I mean, we were kind of trying between Norfolk and Virginia Beach, like try to find that one place that kind of like stuck to create that was. But so yeah, that was a Shack for me.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
And it was fun. It was hot.
God, it was hot.
I didn't think
in
about
the rain,
this.
Dude, in the rain, dude. Remember that?
Oh,
my God.
In the rain.
You know what I mean? Like that, just fucking playing around with that.
But I mean, so let's. I want to talk about kind of all the doors that you've opened by being a DJ.
For sure.
Yeah. So like, what are you into now? What's going on in your life?
So basically,
Daddy.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, everybody thinks like, hey, this dude quit. Like, I get it. He was about to be a dad. It wasn't that. It was a lot of different things. So back, if you're unfamiliar, if you give a shit, back in the end of January, like I had my final shows, like wrapping it up, closing a chapter, moving on, turning a new page. And so back in 2016, I started this thing called North End Run Club around here. And our mission is just simple. It was just get outside, be active, explore your city. At